position devant. So on this piece you would only make the pas de bourrée after the hop coupe chassé. That would be the only part on point. But when you make the attitude devant, again, if you're very high level, you could make that on point. Then 2 walks, step toes, opening arms. Any of these points, again, if you're making the mermaid character, do mermaid looking things. Even in your attitude devant, you could then use that to make your story of the mermaid. I have done a mermaid dance before where we do the true mermaid story, showing how she suddenly finds legs and she does 2 développés, looking she now has human legs. So tell your story if you're using this for younger children when you want a mermaid dance. So that piece you could insert here instead of the 2 walks forwards. You could do développé, look, oh, my leg, and another leg, and then carry on with your story from there. As I say, you'll see at the end when I show my dance which pieces I leave in, take out, or put other parts in. Always bring in what you like, take out what you don't like or you're unable to do, and make your own dance from basis of this choreography. So from either of those points, you can turn, run to the back, end in a high V. So tell your story if that's what you're doing. End in a high V, 2 waltzes, close, demi-détourné, and then drop into a lunge. Snatch up and carouse. So which of those points could you do on point? Well, the snatch up and run, you could do little fouette walks instead of running to the back. Of course, the rise up into a high V would be on point. Your waltzes, remember, you're being seen from your back, so don't do arm positions here. Do things that could be seen from the back. And again, if you're telling the story, this is an opportunity to make the story here. The demi-détourné will be done on point, and the drop into the lunge, again, tell your story if that's what you're doing, or use arms to look like a mermaid. The carouse, again, will be obviously on point. And again, an opportunity, if it's a character dance, to use your face and make more of the story. So don't just think of ballet arms now. If you're doing this more characterful, then use more mermaid type arms. From the carouse, this next step I like to call upstairs, downstairs. And you're basically going to lift up your left leg, lifting the knee up to go into a rising force to one side, upstairs, and then repeat to the left, downstairs. Now the downstairs, you could still be a rise but with lower arms, or you could take it into a drop position the other side. Upstairs, downstairs. And again, use some arms to show your mermaid, or again, add to your story if you're telling a full story to show what's happening and progress the story. Obviously on point, the upstairs will be on point, and if you choose to go up, again the second side. From here, a rise to second, hop gallop, and depending on where you want to go and what's happening in your story, add that to this point. And again, the outer second rise will be on point. So it's up to you which leg you lead with for your gallops and where you go. So my gallops will take me round to face the right diagonal back. From here, 2 half pirouettes. Up, down, up, down. And they would be on point if you're on point shoes. So it's basically a releve up into pirouette position, finishing in a lunge, making half turns. Up, down, up, down. And so, of course, those will be done on point. Then we're going to do any form of piqué to face the front, again on point. So any combination of piqué steps. Now, if you're making this a simple dance, then go back to the beginning after you've got up from the floor and begin again from the sweep down position up to and including the carouse. If you want to keep it simple, do it exactly the same to there. If you want to make it different, finish the piqués facing the right diagonal front and using the opposite leg to when you were facing the left diagonal front for the sweep down before. Repeat all the routine, always using the opposite leg and going in the opposite direction or different directions completely. And this is a good way to teach people to be aware of direction and which leg to use. If you don't want to do that bit, again, then carry on with this next part. So then we're going to do left foot leading a gallop with a twisted développé. And of course there you can use either leg, and if you're high level, you could do that with a sauté, jumping with a big hop gallop, leap as you twist. So from that lifted leg, you're going to do a step back, lyrical hop, step will change back. Step, step will change. And again, use your expression to create the mermaid. Finish with a step to face the left side and a V. Now, if you want to step back there, rising up onto your point shoe, even with your pointy foot on layer, that would be a super position if you're of that ability. From there, transition to pivot and 2 spins travelling to the right side. They could just be rises, or you could turn as you join those feet together, or you could make pirouettes. All of those to be done on point and with swimmy arms. Looks quite effective. Even backstroke if you are good at your balance. Finishing here, rondé the left foot round to make 2 posé coupés on arrière. Again, posé coupés on point. Now you could finish your dance on those with a nice position or bring round to a position. I would suggest you go back down now on the floor, kneeling and laying back however you started. Or before you go down, you make your 2 posé coupés on arrière and then finish telling your story if you've been telling a story through. Perhaps you suddenly snatch your feet together up in a rise, your legs are back together and finish telling the story before you go down on the floor and you've become the mermaid once again, bringing your arms over, laying back on the floor. So I'll leave that ending up to you. Of course, it depends if you're being a mermaid or if you're just making a dance routine. Don't forget, as I've said before, when you finish a routine, you have not finished until you leave the stage or the dance floor. So wait for 4 counts, stand up, make some curtsy or reverence, which I've shown you how to do a grand curtsy rather than a simple curtsy, and go off being your mermaid character. I I hope you enjoyed that. Now I'm going to show you my adaptation of using some of those steps. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and comment about this video. Till next time, happy dancing, and here's me doing part of that routine.